Big shout out to Real Thing, okay? Real Thing said she is number one tonight, okay? All right. Okay, folks, I'm back. I'm back. Uh sorry, I had to move. I had to move the live back a little bit because Sunday is my cleaning day. I'm not all the way done, but there's a reason for that. Okay, there's a reason why I'm behind schedule. One, I'm not working tomorrow, so I took my time. The main reason is because I've been drinking gas station wine. I've been drinking gas station wine all day. It's awful. It really sucks. Like I don't like the way it tastes, but I drank it though because it was $7, and I had to get my money's worth. I still have a lot of it. So yeah. All right, let's get into this. All right. So obviously, I am still on these folks' reproductive organs. Okay, I'm still on their reproductive organs. We're gonna go back to Fani. Hold on, we're gonna go back to Fani. Uh, I don't know if we can get through Bradley. I don't know if we can get through Terence Bradley because he's a little difficult to listen to, but I'm also very upset with him. So I'm really upset with Terence Bradley because yeah. All right, let's get back into Fani though.
So forth, and then you had a special prosecutor.
Work now. That doesn't work
I
for
don't know
me.
why he keeps doing that. I'm gonna go back to what I forgot what they were talking about. Oh, they were talking about contracts, right? They're talking about contracts. And Real Thing was not on last night, but she rewatched the replay, okay? Or she watched the replay. Shout out to the replay crew. And then and then Real Thing says shout out to the Honorable Appellate Judge Ben Land of Georgia for standing on business, okay? So Real Thing's here, so we're gonna get into the court decision. But you guys let me know because I'm not working tomorrow, but I don't want anybody else to get fired. All right.
I'm going to say
Okay.
all 101, but a vast
Let's go.
majority.
Let's go.
That is the work that Mr. Bradley and Mr. Campbell did for me. They did a really good job. All
Okay.
of those cases that we originally
No
came with, they're done.
slander.
Those cases they're not just done for Mr. Bradley and Mr. Campbell. They're done through my office. But obviously, life
And tonight's a slow night, so maybe we do an hour, and then we pick things up tomorrow. So today I just realized that I'm working on the 26th. I'm not very happy about that. I'm not happy about that because yeah, I would have preferred to I'd have preferred to have an additional day off. I don't know what I'll be doing in the office on Friday, but yeah, that kind of sucks.
is not stagnant. There have been new police cases. I do have a lawyer that is doing that work now.
And I have serious problems, you guys. I have I come back with trouble, okay?
It doesn't work for me. That's same kind of deal. I have another lawyer that does filter.
Shout out to Old Bag. Yeah, I'm working on the 26th. That it really sucks. I don't know. I don't recall going back to work on the 26th last year. So I don't know. I don't know. I should have thought things through. But on the other hand, I don't have real vacation days. I have over a course of 12 months, I have 10 days. I have 10 days of vacation. So that really sucks. And I work most federal holidays. So not happy about
for this
that.
case, completely separate.
So in the same private office, you had a
Shout out to Brooklyn.
filter contract. Then you had somebody else handling first appearances and so forth. And then you had a special prosecutor. Is that correct?
Ever.
I'm just not. Ultimately, the answer to your question is yes, but I'm not sure that they did it at the same time. The first appearance contract.
And last night I was talking about I did not know what I was going to do with the Amazon cards. Okay, obviously what I'm going to give away. So my days are off. Hold on. Today's what? The 22nd. Today's Sunday. So the 24th, I'll be giving that gift card away. I don't know if I should do it at the very beginning. I probably should do it at the very beginning because usually there are at least 4 people or 5 people that are always first on here. So they deserve that. they deserve that gift card more than anybody else. So yeah. Anyways, I was saying that I figured out what I'm gonna do with my gift cards because I have $200 worth of Amazon gift cards. Okay, the one I'm gonna give away, that's gonna leave me with 170. So I am gonna buy because again, I'm not an Amazon shopper. That's not my thing. So I decided I'm going to buy what is this? I'm gonna buy wax. I'm gonna buy floor wax, and then I wanted to buy an ironing board. I'm still gonna buy an ironing board, but that's gonna be Walmart. I'm a Walmart shopper. Okay, shout out to Great Value. Um, and then okay, so wax. Is it only wax? I don't know. I'm gonna buy a whole lot of wax. I'm gonna buy some wax. I'm gonna buy the pink stuff. That stuff's really, really good for scrubbing. What else? Other than that, maybe I might leave $100 or something, but that's what I'm gonna do. All right, let's get back into this.
Right, was either 60 or $90. I don't know really how I convinced them to be able to take that, but I think because it was for such a short amount of time. And then I think I paid my
Yeah.
lawyers, which I still don't know how.
Yeah, real
about 100.
real thing. That's exactly what I'm gonna do because I did not know what I was gonna do. Like, what do you do with a $200 Amazon? I don't know. Amazon's not my place. I'm a great value type of girl. So floor wax, uh, uh yeah, the ironing board I'm gonna get from Walmart. I still have to figure out. Yeah, I'm gonna buy wax, floor wax. I'm gonna buy the pink stuff, maybe toilet paper. Yeah, you always need toilet paper. So toilet paper.
$150 an hour. And I want you to understand the AG pays
Shout out to
special
Jerome.
prosecutors $1,000 an hour. So I'm a tough negotiator. Paul was paying people up to $375 an hour.
What?
I won't pay anyone more than $250 is my max. I have a lot of lawyers for what I have that work at $250, and I cap them every month. You can't.
Dang, they kind of pay good in Georgia. Out here, okay.
Go past a certain amount of hours.
Would you agree that if Mr. Wade and
Shout
the
out
two
to
other
Allie.
gentlemen that were in his firm were splitting fees in equal thirds, would you agree that he would benefit?
No, Brooklyn, I'm gonna have to look that up. It depends. I mean, I'm a great value girl, so it really depends on the amount. But I'll look it up right now. Real thing. I am so serious. Like I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm trying to, we're going into 2025. I'm trying to budget. I'm not very good at budgeting. I'm the type of person that spends every penny. Okay, so I'm trying to budget.
From the tank contract and also from the other first appearance contract?
I would agree he would make money, and yet so to make money is a benefit.
Just a thought, guy.
Mr. Durham, if you're still with us on Zoom.
No question, John.
Mr. McDougall.
I do have a couple, Your Honor, but it's a little awkward from back here. Do you want
Wait, was
Yeah.
that the end of a? Was that the end of the cross? I don't know. It's a kind of ending on a weak
Why
note.
don't you go ahead and make your way up?
Okay. Water cleaners. Oh, I'm looking this up. Brooklyn. So I found a few actually. The iRobot. I don't know about those. I don't think they can clean as well as I can, and they don't hit the corners. Okay, I needed to hit the corners. And my kid has one of these. She got a little vacuum cleaner today, you guys, like a real vacuum cleaner. So she needs to, yeah, she needs to get her chores together.
Good afternoon, Ms. Willis. How you doing?
I'm very well. How about you, Mr. McDougall? I think this is our first in-person meeting, correct?
Second.
Second, well, I apologize for not remembering you more clear.
That's quite all right. I'm referring now to exhibit number 21,
Yes, sir.
which was your financial disclosure form for 2022.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Real Thing says this is the attorney I was telling you about the other night. Judge McAfee was mean and made him sit down. Okay, and you don't understand why. Okay, let me focus because I was looking at these robots that Brooklyn directed my attention to. Okay, Brooklyn said she's flirting with everybody. Ooh, I'm not gonna say anything. All right, so let me focus. Let me focus. Hold on. This is who we need to pay attention to. I think I like it when attorneys are amiable. So I liked this interaction. Hold. A little girl Zeta just said sorry. She needs to be in bed. It's past her bedtime, but she doesn't have school tomorrow, so. All right, let's see.
Good afternoon, Ms. Willis. How you doing?
I'm very well. How are you, Mr. McDougal? I think this is our first in-person meeting, correct?
Second.
Second? Well, I apologize for not remembering you more.
I hate
That's quite
budgeting.
all right.
That's on me.
I'm referring now to exhibit number 21,
All right.
Yes, sir.
which was your financial disclosure form for 2022.
Okay, I'll put the link up in case anybody wants to come up. I'll put the link up, but I'm really focused. I'm focused. I'm trying to get it all in.
Yes, sir.
And it has a question which requires you to disclose any gifts or favors from a single prohibited source
Okay.
in the aggregate amount of $100 or more. Do you see that?
I don't, but I believe you.
It would be on page 2 in the middle, paragraph number 3.
I remember part of this.
Yes.
And what is your understanding of a prohibited source for purposes of this form?
Okay, Tara. Let me think about it. Ordinarily, it's not a question one would go with, but I understand why he's asking this. Is so that he can lock Fani into a response as far as what a prohibited relationship would amount to. So, okay, this is a clever approach. I like this question because, again, if he's able to lock Fani into a specific answer, then he can have follow-up questions. Okay. All right.
I believe there's some classification of somebody you like don't have a personal relationship with that gives you $100.
All right, if you look under there
Sorry.
at subparagraph 2, Romanet 2, it defines it as someone that you know or should know is seeking to do or is doing business with the county, correct?
Okay.
Yes, but yes.
That includes
Answer the question.
Mr. Wade as of the date you filled out this form, correct?
Yes, but he never gave me a gift of $100 or more. The only thing that I would say maybe went over that, but I don't think it ever did, is if we went to dinner and my meal was $100. But I don't think I've ever eaten $100 worth of food at a restaurant because I would not.
She doesn't. I don't know. Have I? Probably not. I don't know. Maybe a 4-course meal or something. I don't know if you go to a really fancy restaurant, but
Pay him back if we went to lunch or went to dinner. But trips, I paid him back for. I never thought about the money until y'all brought it up. And I would be less than honest that says I was giving him the money back because I was the district attorney.
okay.
I didn't take gifts from him for a lot of personal reasons. Anyway, I did not take gifts from him.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm being messy. So I need to take down this timestamp. Not even. I'm gonna record this. I'm gonna send it to somebody. I'm really being messy. So sorry that you have to listen to Fani again, but I like conflict sometimes.
I didn't take gifts from him.
All right.
For a lot of personal reasons. Anyway, I did not take gifts from him.
And so your reason
Sorry, I had to do that.
for not
About to start a war or conflict, or maybe it's a continuation.
disclosing any gifts from Mr. Wade on exhibit number 21 is that the aggregate amount on a net basis
What's up, Jerome? How's your day been? How's your weekend been?
was less than $100 in the year 2022. Is that correct?
I did not accept a gift of him of more.
Yeah, no, I agree. She definitely softened the attorney. I should have written down his name, but I didn't. She softened him up a little bit. And then Real Thing says this attorney seemed like a sweetheart to me, and the judge was so mean. Okay, I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that.
More than $100 in 2022. The one exception to that, because I want us to be clear, is we probably went out to eat multiple times in the year. If you're considering eating a meal, because we went out multiple times, that probably went to the level of more than $100. But if
I
we're
have a
doing
solution. I have a solution. I have a solution. She should have married Nathan Wade. That's a solution. That's exactly what she should have done. She should have gone on to marry Nathan Wade. He should have sped up their divorce and married Fani Willis. We would not be dealing with this problem right now.
tit for tat like that,
This is the attorney that should have married somebody in the same case. Fani and Wade. Yep.
I probably
That's what
paid
you
for
should
as
have
many
done.
meals as he paid for. And so I did not receive any gifts from him.
The question on the form,
I understand the
in the
question.
aggregate in excess of $100, and your testimony is that you did not receive in the aggregate more than $100.
All right, Mr. McDougal, you can sit down now.
I don't believe she answered that question, Your Honor. She answered as to specific individual gifts.
And you're not listening to my answer either, so we're done.
What the hell? Wait, what? Hold on. We need to go back. Because I hear Abate in the background. I'm trying to figure out what Abate is saying. But what? I mean, towards the end of this hearing, this is when we saw McAfee take more control. Zeta! She's a little too quiet. What are you doing? All right. Okay, stay over there. Okay.
Times in the year, if you're considering.
She's complaining because I made her mop. I made her mop her bathroom, but all right, go on, Zeta. All right. Let's see. Let's go back.
2022. I did not accept a gift of him of more than $100 in 2022. The one exception to that, because I want us to be clear, is we probably went out to eat multiple times in the year. If you're considering eating a meal, because we went out multiple times, that probably went to the level of more than $100. But if we're doing tit for tat like that, I probably paid for as many meals as he paid for. And so I did not receive any gifts from him.
The question on the form,
Okay.
I understand the
in the
question.
aggregate in excess of $100, and your testimony is that you did not receive in the aggregate more than $100.
All right, Mr. McDougal, you can sit down now.
All right. Trying to figure out why Judge McAfee. I still could not hear. Could anybody hear the prosecution's objection? Because according to me, I think that his line of questioning was proper. Because Fani did not answer the question regarding, he was pressing her. So he definitely was pressing her on, the term aggregate, because it sounds like Wade may have spent more than $100 on her, right? I'm trying to hold on. I need to go back. I don't see. He was pressing her. I'm trying to figure out why McAfee told him to
Probably
sit down.
went to the level of more than $100. But if we're doing tit for tat like that, I probably paid for as many meals as he paid for. And so I did not receive any gifts from him.
The question on the form,
I understand the
in the
question.
aggregate in excess of $100, and your testimony is
What is he saying?
that you did not receive in the aggregate more than $100.
All right, Mr. McDougal, you can sit down now.
I don't believe she answered that question, Your Honor. She answered as to specific individual gifts.
And you're not listening to my answer either, so we're done.
Very well.
What the
Okay.
hell? All right, he's a little defeated, but I thought that was proper questioning.
And you're not listening to my answer either, so we're done.
Very well.
Okay, Mr. Rice.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me read some of these questions. I thought that was proper. I don't see a problem with his line of questioning there. Right? Okay. Ellie says she's acting all nice and like she's gonna answer his questions, then what's the attitude she'll probably end up with? I don't think she had an attitude, so Brooklyn says financial affidavits is not made for that. It's used mostly in divorce cases to figure out child support if a party files their income under a 1099. I don't know what you're referring to. Often, what is this? County officials do have to declare if they've received a certain amount in gifts, and not even that. They have to declare, what is this? They have to declare their assets. Old Bag says, where's FFS, Jasmine, and Diggy? Diggy was in here last night. FFS was in here last night too. As for Jasmine, I have no idea. Oh, and Greg, I know, right? I don't know. Shout out to Greg though. What? I know. I was literally thinking this. I'm like, you need to tell us where you went. Um, Old Bag says she doesn't need a man. Apparently, she doesn't. But listen, today I have been playing Janet Jackson's. Is it I Feel Lonely? Hold on. Let me get to somebody. Send me a message. Oh, it's my cousin. Let me go back to my Alexa. No, I don't want to upgrade. I just want to go back to. I love Jill Scott, you guys. I know random. Random. I love Jill Scott. I've been listening to Jill Scott. Not no, not today, but most of the week. Anyways, today I was playing I Get Lonely by Janet Jackson in honor of Fani, right? Because as much as she has been lonely for an extended period of time until Nathan Wade came along, that would not have been a problem if, she was. I don't know. I'm kind of similar though, in terms of. I guess I have a dominant personality. That's my issue. I'm really really dominant, but I think she probably would not have been as lonely had she been. I don't want to call it softer, right? But there should have been a balance there. She should have allowed some man to come in her life and sweep her off her feet or whatever. Because I kind of understand Fani's clouded judgment a bit better now. Okay. I understand her clouded judgment a bit better in the sense that she was lonely, and because she was lonely, she ended up in the arms of a man that was going through a divorce. Okay. And then she went on to hire him. But okay, Brooklyn says that's why I would never marry a woman that Brooklyn, Brooklyn, I need you to come up here. Brooklyn says, that's why I would never marry a woman that makes more money than me. It's a recipe for a disaster. I mean, why do you feel this way, Brooklyn? Why do you feel this way? Why do you feel this way? Uh, I need to know more. And I guess Jerome is co-signing off on that. How do you feel about this, Jerome? How do you feel about this? Uh, I mean, in in Fani's defense, though, if it's true, because she testified that Nathan Wade said there's nothing a woman, apparently something along the lines of the only thing a woman could do for him is make him a sandwich. I don't know. We need FFS to come and give some, I don't know, relationship advice or something. Because there appears to have been a struggle for um power here. Yeah. And Brooklyn, I really want to know why why don't you want to marry a woman that makes more money than you. Do you think that that would emasculate you? Or what's the problem? What is the problem? And I mean, I am, I guess, in a field where most women that I know. What's wrong, boo? My kid's struggling with first world problems, you guys. I don't buy orange juice and it doesn't want to drink water. But in my defense, I actually didn't go grocery shopping today. I'm gonna play this video. Hold on, we have first world problems.
Good question. Mr. Gillen.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
A few questions here. You saw the book here, Find Me the Votes. That was shown to you, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I would like to just tender this as an exhibit, number 22.
Is that your copy?
It is,
All right. What exhibit is that going to be?
22.
All right.
I'm making the
Is that
evidentiary contribution here to this. Now,
well?
You said
You're tendering it. Is it with position of the state?
And then objected to the relevance at this point as to we haven't. There's no relevance at this point.
Mr. Gillen, are you using this to confront her with prior statements?
yes, Your Honor. And
We-
statements that she made concerning her.
Real
concern-
problems. This kid's crying over some Sprite, and orange juice, and yeah, I don't know how to. I don't know. Mm, it happens sometimes. So, real thing says, "What's up, Jerome?" Okay, said you hated that part. Is it the part where the judge shooed the attorney off? Um, Okay, so Ellie's amped up, baby. Ellie is amped up. She wants Abate to use the damn microphone. Uh yeah, I truly do not understand. I'm baffled by the judge unless they had an in-camera hearing and he had limited what the attorneys could ask as far as the form is concerned, then I guess it would make sense. But outside of that, I thought the question was relevant, and I thought you know it 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 yeah, I don't know, I'm a bit puzzled by the judge shooing the attorney off. Okay. And Real Thing says his line of questioning was proper. I believe so too. The only thing I can think of is if there's an in-camera hearing and he had ruled that the attorneys could not question about, the aggregate amount. I don't know why, because if they could ask about the form, I don't know. But yeah, that did not make sense to me. Okay, let's see. Okay, so Brooklyn says Wade and Fani did not end on good terms. Why do you think that? Real Thing says I did not want Fani to be disqualified, but I tried to be a fair person. That attorney was not treated fairly. For Fani, right? As far as the makeup or the composition of the appeals court, as well as the Supreme Court, to me, there's no way she was not going to end up being disqualified one way or another because, again, politics do rule the day. They often do. As far as judges should be impar. Here's the thing: if you are appointed by a Republican governor, you're more likely than not going to rule or make, I mean, there's a reason why a Republican governor is going to appoint a specific attorney. There's a reason why a Democrat governor would go on to appoint a specific judge. So it's politics at the end of the day. So uh, in light of the appeals court decision, I am not surprised that she was disqualified. I don't know how far the Supreme Court will get her because, if I'm not mistaken, again, the odds are against her in that regard. But I mean, there are certain judges, even this McAfee, right? He kept her on and he was appointed by a Republican governor. So once in a while, uh, judges are, judges do make proper rulings. But that's not always the case. Oftentimes, judges are leaning a certain way. So yeah, again, my issue is I don't know how I don't see how she did not see this coming. Um, by this, I mean the challenge for her to remain on this case. I don't know how she did not see it coming. It makes no sense to me because, as somebody that um, was a criminal defense attorney, and even on Nathan Wade's part, they should have seen this coming. This was very obvious, very obvious. Let's see. Brooklyn says, "Has anyone ever read this book? Find me the votes." I have no interest, zero interest in reading that. Old Bag says, "Start a book club. Maybe we could do that." I don't see myself reading that book though. And then Brooklyn says he just held up the book in the camera. I've not read that book. I have no plans. I don't plan on reading the book. And talking about reading books, though, real thing. Have you read "There Are No Children Here" by, I think it's Alex Kotlowitz? It is based on, is it Cabrini Green? Or is it the Henry something? I remember the other. What is this? There's another housing project, Henry something. Henry, I don't know. Anyways, I want to know if you've read the book or not because Obek said I could buy the book off Amazon. I'm not spending my money. I'm not spending my money on find the votes or buy the votes or only 11 votes or whatever. Yeah. No, the reason why I'm asking about the book is because that's the best book I have ever read in my entire life. Okay. The best book I've ever read in my entire life. And it comes highly recommended. And in the 90s, there was a remake of the book. It was a movie with Oprah. Oprah starred in the book. If I'm not mistaken, one of they're twins. I think Tia and Tamira or somebody. They did not star in the movie, but I believe that somebody is married or was married to a black man, and is it him or is it somebody else? I don't know. Somebody else starred, had a minor role in the movie. I tried to watch the movie, but the quality is bad. And here's the thing: I love bad quality movies. Like, I like a shaky camera and the mess. But this one was too hard for me to watch because I actually could not hear what they were saying. So yeah, let's see. And then Real Thing says that appellate judge Ben Land, he's an excellent judge and the only one who is unbiased. So we're going to go over that decision again tonight. I don't want to go too late. So we'll we'll cap probably at 11. So about another hour, and then we'll cap. Big shout out to Big Kazo Jasmine. She's back. And then Real Thing says they are great books written on the public housing in Chicago. If you have any recommendations, please put them in the chat. Uh, put them in the chat, or email them to me. Everybody's excited. Everybody's excited for Jasmine to be here. And then Real Thing says they are great books written on the public low income housing in Chicago. If you have other recommendations, there's something about summer. The title is Summer. I can see the cover. I don't remember the author, but the author worked together with Alex Kotlowitz because they are journalists. And Alex Kotlowitz went on to win a number of awards for that book. But the book is brilliant. It's a brilliant book. I'm gonna stop talking about it now, but I'll come back. I'll talk about it in a little bit. But let's move on.
Her financial situation and laying the foundation for that, and that she gave these interviews
Okay.
to the authors. And so this would document that, and ask her, get this in the record, ask her questions about it.
We could mark it for impeachment purposes. I'm a little wary of entering an entire 300-page book because I don't know exactly what every single line, if it would pass hearsay or relevance or et cetera, but I don't think it needs to be admitted as an actual evidence for the record for you to do what you need to do with it. So,
well, Your Honor, I understand. I just would.
It's marked as Exhibit 22, and we'll move from there.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, you were asked a little bit about this book before, correct?
I think Mrs. Merchant
Ms. Merchant did.
asked me some questions, yes.
And you gave about 6 interviews to the authors of this book in the sit down?
No, sir.
You didn't?
No.
Was it?
She answered how many interviews she gave, in her opinion.
How many, in your opinion, do you believe you gave, and how long did they last?
2 to 3, maybe 20, 30 minutes.
So your testimony is that most, you think that you gave maybe an hour to an hour and a half's interview to the authors of this book?
Oh, you mean in total?
In total, yeah.
Maybe, yeah. Anywhere between, definitely not more than 2-ish hours.
Okay, but you also were telling, when they were, the title of the book, of course, is A Hard-Charging Georgia Prosecutor, a Rogue President, and the Plot to Steal American Election. You've seen that.
The relevance.
Why is the title of the book relevant, sir?
And I had no,
I'm going to ask her whether or not that was the theme that they gave her when they talked with her.
Objection.
What the thing gave her, what do you mean by that?
Well, because they were sat down and they told her why they were there to interview.
Okay, so Brooklyn says that Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. What do you mean? You say gave out? Do you mean came out with a book a few months ago and it's amazing? I'm aware. I watched a few of her interviews. Her husband's so sweet. I recall him talking about the decision to move to Washington, D.C. He's really sweet. I mean, they're so in love. Very good. But yeah, in any event, I am aware of the book. I've not really. I've not read the book. I know that I would, because it's not exactly my top. Somebody gifted me a Michelle Obama. What is this? I think it was her autobiography, or was it her biography? I don't remember who wrote the book. A few years ago, I read it, but that's I'm like, okay. It's not my type of book. I prefer reading books based on crime first and foremost. Apart from that, I enjoy books that have a sociology component to them. But other than that, I might read it. I mean, I did buy my daughter the little Ketanji Brown book. I forgot what it's called, but the little books that they write for little kids. So maybe I'll check it out. We'll see.
Her? And why does that matter?
Well, I think it matters because it shows, but they want her to give her version of what her life story is. This is almost a life story of her. So that's why it's relevant. But if the court thinks it's not, then
No, it could be relevant to your issue of the forensic misconduct that has been alleged, and maybe some of the motives at play when it comes to forensic misconduct. But I'm not seeing, again, what we're here for today was the relationship and/or any financial elements of it.
correct. Well, I think it's clearly relevant to the forensic
All right.
misconduct.
So if the purpose of the hearing was to explore the financial elements, I'm still confused as to why McAfee told the defense attorney, or why he shooed the defense attorney and told him to sit down. So I don't know.
Also relevant to personal interest in terms of the finances.
I didn't make 10 cents off that book.
Pardon me?
What?
I didn't make 10 cents off that book.
Didn't ask whether you made any money.
Okay, I just,
Didn't ask whether you made any money.
Do you have any other statements that she hadn't already been confronted with by Ms. Merchant?
Well, other than I want to focus on when you were telling them about your financial straits and you were living kind of month to month, that is what your financial status was back in 2018 after your election.
Mr. Brown, we covered that at length. And you're at the end of the line. I'm sorry about that, but we've got to find new ground.
Well, you know,
All right. So maybe this is me. So maybe not Abate, McAfee asked the defense attorney to sit down. But to me, it was still, the question was different. It's not a question that was asked, because I was gonna speculate and say maybe he asked, or he told the defense attorney to sit down, because that it's something that has already been explored. But I don't recall. I mean, actually, terrible questioning. So, I don't know.
let me move on to my point here. So the point is that what you're telling us is that you were in financial straits, but really that your testimony today is you had a cash hoard of maybe up to $10,000 in cash where you laid your head at night so that you would dip out and there would be no record of it, correct?
I'll look into this old bag.
That's
I'll
not
look
what
up
I'm
now.
telling you, sir. That's not at all what I'm telling you. What I'm telling you is that throughout the course of my life, I have always kept cash in my house.
Okay.
That cash has ranged from times, you know, my father would probably be ashamed of this because he would say it should be more.
Okay.
But that cash at times has ranged from $500 to maybe $9,000. And he would be like, that is not what I told you to do. I've always had that amount of money. What I've told you is that when I travel.
Obek, is this for me or is this for my daughter? I literally looked this up. Is it for me or is it for my daughter? What are we doing?
You do better negotiating when you travel. If you have cash, you go to get the cab. They say, "Oh, we're gonna charge you $300 for the day." Well, I got American cash. Will you take it for $150? And so it's my practice to take money when I travel. We're not talking about a whole lot of money. We're going to the Bahamas. Practice to take money. Well, I got American cash. You go to get the cab. They say, "Oh, we're gonna charge you $300 for the day." Well, I got American cash. Will you take it for $150? And so it's my.
I mean, it's a different point, but I kind of have. Let me leave her alone. I have a problem. I have a problem with folks who, I guess it's, I don't know. It's not relevant to the case, so let me leave it
Practice to
alone.
take money when I travel. We're not talking about a whole lot of money. We're going to the Bahamas. $1,500 in cash is in my pocket, or at the most $2,500. Belize was actually probably the most money I've ever taken.
Oh, bag. We need to go to Belize now. After this, we need to go to Belize.
And
My only I'd never really considered going to Belize, but then again, a lot of what I know about countries is based on, you know, crime documentaries. So back in the day when I was a kid, I watched it was Ross Kemp on gangs, and he had an episode on Belize, and it was not pretty. So
it was taken because it was a big deal. My 50th birthday sucked.
okay, so obviously we know her 50th birthday. Okay, so old bag, this goes back to what you said, what you said last night. She did 50 big for herself. Okay, 50 big. This was for herself.
These was actually probably the most money I've ever taken,
Okay.
and it was taken because it was a big deal. My 50th birthday sucked.
All right.
His 50th birthday, it sucked. It was terrible. No,
Your Honor,
And
I'd
so
like to get back to some questions here.
I'm trying to answer.
I'm disappointed that she did not say she did 50 big.
Rather than
I think it
narrative.
would help if we.
So let's
Good question.
move to the specific yes or no's here. Have you told us today that you would keep a cash hoard in your residence?
All right, hold on. So Real Thing says, Essa, do you want to analyze Fani's direct examination skill? If so, I can email it to you. I think you said tonight will be short. It will be a short night for you to live stream though. Yeah, send it to me. We can tackle it tomorrow. I'm not working tomorrow. Definitely send it to me. Let's see. Oh my goodness. No, old bag. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Jerome, where are you? Uh, I need my glasses. I think let me play this, but I do need my glasses.
Up to about
There'll be a
$9,000.
point.
Yes or no?
And throughout the course of my adult life. And so let's even be more specific than that. Probably from the time,
Your Honor, I'm only asking for yes or no rather
Sure.
than
Uh,
No,
speak.
and we have already covered this, so I
But yeah,
can
but
get
I'm
to that.
trying.
Yeah, I mean, her 50th birthday sucked, so she decided to go all out for Nathan Wade, while they're out there bumping, I don't know, reproductive organs.
I know you're laying the foundation, but it's already been laid. So
The filibuster is here. I'm trying to move through the filibuster.
yeah, but we're not talking about a lot of, and so it could be 2,000, it could be 1,500, it could be 7,500. It just depends on what
All
you're
right.
doing at that time. What I'm telling you is when I traveled, I took cash. I find that when you travel, especially to foreign countries, the American dollar does well, and it's good to have cash. You can negotiate with the taxi driver, with the jet skis.
Yeah,
with-
I don't know about that whole negotiating part though. But anyways, I learned about this on Reddit. Again, Reddit is my main my main source of social media. So I learned about this. So when I go to Cuba, I'm gonna take some dollars. I'm taking ones, okay?
with the, and it's not a lot of money we're talking about.
Your Honor.
Okay,
we
understood,
need
Ms.
to-
Wells.
we need
Let's
to
get
cut
to-
off the
let's get to a
narrative
question, Mr. Gill.
And so you have cash in your house, but you had a lien, a tax lien on your property, is that right?
I don't believe I had a tax lien on my
You
property.
didn't have a tax lien on your property?
You gotta talk a little louder, Mr. Hunt.
Cumulative, Your Honor.
Okay, we already covered that, Mr. Gillen? I need new ground here.
I'm asking the question, I'm trying to figure out how someone can have a tax
Then
lien,
ask that question.
but not use the money that they allegedly said they have.
Well, I think Ms. Merchant asked that exact same question, since you didn't use the money to pay your tax lien. So what's your question that's new?
So I was going to build on that to say,
No more bills, it's already built.
all right,
It's the same way you pay a bill.
So just put
It's
the
a-
top on it if you need to,
It's
okay?
the same way you owe a bill and go shopping.
well,
What? Ooh,
now, have you ever used,
He
did you
said-
say earlier the?
that girl said what?
Well,
Pay a bill.
So just put
It's
the
a-
top on it if you need to,
It's the
okay?
same way you owe a bill and go shopping.
Ooh, okay. She was ready.
now, have you ever used, did you say earlier the used Cash App?
When I would pay,
Big shout out to Jerome. What's up, Jerome?
What's up? What's up?
How you doing?
Chilling. How's everybody?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad to see you. Hopefully you had a good weekend.
Yeah, tonight is
busy?
a good. No. Tonight is a
okay.
good night. Real thing says she gonna come up. Hopefully
Oh.
JT come up and whoever Brooklyn.
Oh yeah.
Obag says she ain't ever coming up on live. Right? She made that known. You would ever hear her voice. Right?
She texts enough to make up for it though. So yeah.
I love you
Okay.
guys. Love you guys.
I love you too, Jerome.
pay Robin Bryant, I use Cash App.
What is Cash App for the record?
I don't need to know that for the record. Let's
Yeah.
keep going.
Well, so if you're paying Robin with Cash App, why aren't you allegedly paying Mr.
You're gonna make me buy this book, old bag.
There's no alleged here.
Why aren't you paying allegedly Mr. Wade with Cash App?
You're gonna make me buy this book. I might buy it for my daughter.
I don't think Mr. Wade does Cash App.
Did you ask him?
I think he told me he doesn't do Cash App.
Okay, so that's
I don't do Cash App either. So Brooklyn says 7,000 is not enough money for her, but for some people, it's a lot of money. Yeah, that's true. That is true.
why aren't you paying allegedly Mr. Wade with Cash App?
I don't think Mr. Wade does Cash App.
Did you ask him?
I think he's told me he doesn't do Cash App.
Okay, so that's the reason why you didn't use Cash App.
He's sitting next to me and here's the money.
I don't know.
Because they
This
would-
is
Rewind that. Can you rewind that just a little bit?
yeah.
Because that was confusing really quick.
Mm.
Cash App.
What is Cash App for the record?
I don't need to know that for the record. Let's keep going.
Well, so if you're paying Robin with Cash
Thanks,
App, why
Desi.
aren't you paying, allegedly paying Mr.
There's no alleged here.
Why aren't you paying allegedly Mr. Wade with Cash App?
I don't think Mr. Wade does Cash App.
Did you ask him?
I think he's told me he doesn't do Cash App.
Okay, so that's the reason why you didn't use Cash App,
He's sitting next to me. I hand him the money.
because there would be a record in Cash App of your making payments, correct?
Your family, Johnny.
Yes,
Sure.
but I didn't think that I was making a record in a personal relationship.
Because when you're filing your, and I know that I'm going to move into this financial
I pissed my man off, you guys.
statement here.
I'll leave it
You were
at that.
asked just a second ago about your non-disclosure form, or your disclosure form of an Exhibit
Difficult to deal
21,
with.
where we agree that Mr. Wade is a prohibited source, correct?
What I agree to is, I don't believe he's giving me gifts. You would like to classify these trips as gifts, but I've always paid my fair share on these trips, so I did not look at them as gifts. I don't think that what this is disclosing, and they can tell me if they mean something different, I don't think it means that if you go to dinner with somebody over the course of a year and it gets to 100, you're supposed to report it. If my understanding of that is wrong, I've probably been to lunches with a couple of people that over the course of a year, they paid, I paid.
But you did not go on to buy them in special.
We already went over this, Mr. Gillen. Mr. McDougal.
Well, Your Honor, I have to lay the foundation here before I can follow up with my next question.
I don't know why you have to.
Well,
It's already
okay,
questions have been made.
Then
Where you at, real thing?
your
What's that?
Where you at, real thing?
Oh, Jerome, real thing. Jerome's looking for you.
2022
Yeah, we
disclosure
had a-
form
We signed a contract.
did
We
not
signed a
list.
contract.
What contract did you sign?
She said if I come up, she gonna come up. And
Oh, okay,
JT,
okay. I guess that is.
I
an
know
agreement.
Allie will come. You know how Allie is. She'll come.
That is
from
an
out of
agreement.
nowhere.
That is an agreement.
Any of the thousands and thousands of dollars
Okay.
that Mr. Wade
What's up, real thing?
Nothing much. I was
Okay.
hoping Jerome would forget.
Oh, really? well,
thought
you
he would.
know, he
I thought he was
apparently
gonna
did not
forget.
forget. What's that?
No. You said we're getting off early tonight.
Yeah, because you guys have
Word.
jobs. I mean, I have a job too, but I'm not
Mhm.
working tomorrow.
That's why. That dang, real thing. That's why I forgot why I was because you had to. Yeah.
It's
Right
not
there.
for me.
See, because I ain't gonna say nothing. Because
No, say it.
I know because it's strategic things that we have to do. We can't expose ourselves.
Okay.
Jerome,
yeah.
I know.
You gotta slow it down. We gotta slow it down.
Jerome is up here because he's hoping that because you guys are up here, I'm not gonna end the live early. I'm caught on to that, Jerome.
You caught on that?
I caught on to that a long time ago. So yeah. But I mean, you know,
It works though. It seems like it's working.
It's where it has worked. I did not know that it's gonna work tonight because I've been drinking what is this gas station wine. It sucks. It's giving me a headache. What?
I'm laughing at you, the gas station wine.
Yeah,
So
gas
that's
station wine.
Right. But you like beer. That's what I like about you too. I've never met you in my life. You said I like beer.
I love beer.
Word.
Yeah, I love beer.
So
But
why did you flip the script and go to some wine?
because it's kind of cold, and when it's cold, I don't enjoy my beer as much. I mean, I did buy beer, I just didn't drink it. So we'll save it for I don't know Christmas Day or something.
So you feel woozy. Then. You feel woozy. You go from beer to wine.
Not even
That's,
no, I did
I
not.
have
I
a
did not
bunch of
mix.
jokes for you.
What I did not mix. I'm off until Wednesday. I go back to work Thursday. That sucks, but you know whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so Real Thing says I think Judge McAfee was exhausted and so over it at this point. He gave all of them an attitude. At this point, I guess the defense attorneys were beating a what? Oh, okay. Yeah. So I think, yeah, unfortunately, the judge that was told to, not the judge, the attorney that was told to take a seat, he probably got the brunt of it. but the judge was over their line of questioning. And then uncivil law says, I haven't seen this hearing in so long. It was so cringe when she took the stand. Who does that? Yeah, the manner in which she walked in the courtroom was questionable. And she tossed some papers or pleadings or whatever on the desk. I don't know. I guess that's how they do it in Fulton County. That's how they do it in Fulton County. So, yeah.
Paid for on trips that you were on.
Yeah.
Isn't that correct?
That's because Mr. Wade was paid that money back, or he was paid due to the fact that I bought the plane ticket or I paid for the hotel. There were never money that he gave me. That wasn't the nature of our relationship. There's so many men, and Mr. Wade is one of them, where the nature of the relationship is they're just paying a woman. The nature of our relationship is companionship and friendship.
What's that?
I was answering Allie while you had it up there, because we know Allie. Allie be in the cut, and she'll come from out of nowhere.
Yeah, okay. I have a question for you. Jerome. So, what is your perspective? What is your perspective on dating a woman that makes more money than you? Is that a yay?
I've been in that position a couple of times. Shoot. I moved all the way to St. Louis when I ain't had no business up there. But it's like when you do that, it's like if you a real dude and you making your money, you gotta kind of even it out somehow, some way. So it's like she making more money than me, but I'll be like, well, I do this, I do that, I do that, I do that, I do that. So that balances it out to where it's not like a mental thing to where somebody's making more money or something. You have to balance it out somehow, some way if you're a man.
How did you balance it out?
Because I was doing stuff with her kid that was not my kid. And I was just doing a lot of like small things. Because I was making more money.
I'm asking.
I was fixing stuff. If anything was broke, I fixed it.
Okay.
Word.
All right.
You just have to be that type of dude,
But would you do it again now that we're in the big 50s? Would you do it again or no?
I would. Okay. Because actually it's better because that was back. Now is better now because it's the opportunity of making money is way better because she was very, very, very smart. I'm smart. She was smart. Mm-hmm. And I know in these days and times, if I was to meet somebody like that now, we'd be multi-millionaire.
Ooh, okay. All right. All right, Jerome Streets. So Oldbag says Uncivil Law has a great YouTube channel. All right, so check out the YouTube channel. I'll check it out myself as well, because after we end live, obviously my night does not end. I still have some cleaning up to do. So check out his. Okay.
You said you had to wrap gifts. Was that yesterday or today? You wrapping gifts stuff?
Shh, she's up. She's up. I did that last night though. So yeah. So I shared the link on Civil Law. If you want to come up, feel free to come up here.
Yeah, somebody go. Real thing. Why is Real Thing so quiet? That's scary when Real Thing is quiet. When she's quiet.
I'm just listening. I do have a question for you since you have spoken me up. When you were talking about dating women, being in a relationship with women that made more money than you, was it like significant pay gap or not? Really?
Yeah, it was a little. At that time, I would say it was about 30,000.
Okay.
Because I was making at that time I was making like 50. She was making like 80 easy.
Okay.
And that's at that time,
Have you spoken to her recently?
Yeah, Jerome Street don't have no enemies.
Okay, good.
That's wonderful.
I don't have no
That's
enemies.
What I like
Everybody's
about Jerome.
my friends. I'm friends with everybody. I don't have no enemies. Because
Okay.
truthfully, I'm the type to where if you want to be, I don't think about money like that because I like to strive. I like
Shout out
to
to
give.
Uncivil Law. He's up here.
Holla.
What's up?
Not much. What's up with you?
Nothing, nothing. Glad you could join the panel. Any thoughts?
Wow.
Well, I mean, it was pretty amazing. The Court of Appeals overruled the trial court to disqualify Fani Willis because the standard is abuse of discretion.
Right.
And as I'm sure some of you know, to overturn a trial court on abuse of discretion, Court of Appeals had to be pretty pissed because that's kind of a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just amazing how much she absolutely sabotaged herself in this entire process.
Right.
And her office had basically successfully filed to keep her off the stand as the DA. It's like she shouldn't be forced to testify. She put herself on the stand by her own voluntary act. If you go back to the start of this hearing, like her own staff is basically objecting to her putting herself on the stand. She's like, "No, I'm going to do it anyway." So her own staff was like not happy about it.
Yeah.
And not giving over the documents that they still want to this day.
Yeah.
No, but again, that has always been my issue with this case. I do not see how Fani and Nathan Wade could not see this. I don't know how they could not have foreseen this because, again, no, it makes no sense. Like if they were, bumping and grinding, that's okay. As far as her hiring him as special counsel, that was going to be very problematic. They should have seen this, considering that they both had experience as criminal defense attorneys. I don't know. I don't know why
didn't her roommate snitch her out? The one she used to
You
live
always
condo?
call her the roommate. They
right.
never
Robin.
lived together.
All right, but you know who I'm talking about.
Robin Yurdi or something along those lines.
She the one, yeah. And then they had the idiot that was Nathan's. They had him from both sides. Nathan's
I'm upset with him.
The big dude, he was on the stand. He snitched with Merchant. They over there pillow talking at night.
Yeah. And it was particularly rich because Fanny's predecessor got in trouble specifically because he was having sex with one of his assistants. And Fani Willis ran in part, at least, against that corruption. So that's a nice little ringing endorsement of the whole Fulton County system.
Yeah. I mean, Fulton County is a strange place. It's a strange, I don't know. And on civil law, are you an attorney?
I am.
Okay. What kind of law do you practice?
My specialty was intellectual property, specifically patent law.
Okay. All right.
But now I do commentary on basically everything except that.
Okay, so mainly civil, criminal cases?
Mostly civil, mostly federal civil is my specialty.
Okay.
Federal.
Federal civil, yeah.
Federal civil.
Wow. Well, that's interesting. Okay, I do workers' compensation and personal injury. Prior to that, I started out as a prosecutor and then I did public defense for some time. So, okay. So that's a good perspective to know.
Nice.
Yeah, but what is your sense of what is this? What's his name again? No, it's Bradley. Terrence, I think it's Terence Bradley, right? What do you make of his text exchange with Ashley Merchant?
I'm not sure which text messages you're referring to.
Basically, he is the one that revealed the relationship between Fani Willis and Nathan Wade. I can go back. I can share.
I mean, I don't really think anything of that at this point, because by this point, where we sit today, we have findings of fact by the trial court, and all those findings of fact were accepted by the Court of Appeals. So it's like I don't really need to know. I don't really need to know how we got there. It's one of the reasons I kind of like appellate law better, because I don't need to. It's like someone else can figure out what the facts are. Just I'll focus on the legal angle. So it's like I just can establish for a matter of fact that these guys had a relationship, that there was money exchanging hands. She says that she was paying him back using cash that came from somewhere,
right,
in a safe. that she might have gotten $20 at a time in cash back at the grocery store. Who knows?
Yeah.
So, and that there was a lot of these undocumented receipts, and at least hypothetically, one of the reasons that you bring in a special assistant is to avoid problems of corruption.
Right.
It's like you're hiring someone specifically to have someone a little bit more distant from you. So that didn't really work out.
He was not the right choice.
No, in every possible respect.
Yeah, he was not the right choice. And I mean, the fact that he has no experience trying a case of this caliber probably worked in favor of the defense, but I just do not see how he was qualified enough for, Fani to make him special counsel, apart from the fact that they were bumping and grinding. But
yeah,
and
then of course the whole thing is also weird because Georgia has one of the weirdest RICO laws I've ever heard of. It's like I only need one person in my RICO. It doesn't have to be necessarily related to anything. It's a very strange twist on RICO.
Yeah. And I mean, she's used it successfully in the past, so she probably thought, I don't know. Here's my thing. Fulton County, I've spoken to one person that actually lives in, this is the only person that I've spoken to in person that thought that Fani was doing a good job. So I guess that's why they reelected her. But from what I've seen thus far, I don't know, her judgment appears to be clouded a little bit. So
yeah,
a little bit.
That's me being nice. That is me being nice. But
Can I ask a quick question?
Questionable. What's that?
Can I ask a quick question?
Go ahead.
How does it work, being that we got like the forfeiture? When they have the forfeiture and they that the forfeiture funds and the money gets entangled. What in your opinion, what if you was to investigate, what would you think? How would that even get mixed up?
What are you referring to? Is it YSL?
Yeah, with the forfeiture money and Lathan Wade getting paid money out of the wrong account.
The YSL forfeiture has nothing to do with Nathan Wade's hiring.
Not hiring. I'm talking about payment.
Well,
okay.
The money.
I know what Jerome is referring to.
Thank you.
And you remember Fani's response was that was a clerical error or data entry error. And you know what? I do believe her. I do. I don't believe he was paid out of that fund. I don't.
You don't? Okay.
No. They not that
stupid.
Yeah, thank you for saying it. Because I didn't want to say that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's get back into this.
Way people would like to paint certain women, it's just not true.
Final question. And not a single.
Uncivil, is there anything you want to say?
No, not especially.
Okay.
Solitary documentary piece of evidence showing that you have withdrawn the cash to pay back.
Thank you, Mr. Gill.
That's not accurate.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. McCullough, on behalf of Mr. Floyd. All right, and Mr. Cromwell on behalf of Ms. Lathan.
Great thing about coming last is I had one question, Ms. Willis. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Barely.
In the time period between February of 2021 and January of 2022, while you were staying at the Yurdi condo, did your father ever come and visit you during that time period at the Yurdi condo?
I did not.
That's all I have. Thank you, Ron.
Okay.
All right, Ms. Cross, I would imagine you have a number of topics to cover with Ms. Willis that'll take more than 10 to 15 minutes.
I did.
Okay. Then I think we've reached a stopping point for today. And so, Ms. Willis, I'd ask you to step down now. And I'd also remind you that you're not to discuss your testimony or that back here. And we'll begin again at 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
We'll do 9 a.m.
All right, I'm gonna fast forward.
I'm sure
I'll
she
ask
went
Ms.
right back
Merchant.
to her office and had a big powwow about it too.
Oh, you think so?
Oh yeah. She's been so honorable up to this point, you know.
Oh yeah.
Want me
What
to-
were the discussions here?
And then we submitted Delta records, but the state objected.
No,
we can
the audio was awful
handle that now.
during this
Ms.
hearing.
Willis, you can sit down. You're done for the day.
Wait, what? Wait, what's going on, Fani?
Or you can sit at the council table. We don't need you in the witness box. All right, so
What
two
happened?
witnesses, and then
What's that?
What happened? I saw that.
I don't
What
know. I
happened?
don't know if she accidentally dropped some paperwork, if it's intentional. No, I'm
querying
nosy. I'm just trying to see what she's
their
doing.
defense counsel.
Oh,
I know
Excellent.
Mr. Gillen, there was a potential witness that was objected to by the state, so there's another one there. And we can talk about that. Were there any other witnesses anticipated from any defense counsel? All right, seeing no show of hands, and then Ms. Croft.
I'm surprised she did not walk up to Nate to Nathan and kiss him in the mouth. Oh, he was not here. Isn't this when he was? No. That was during Bradley. Oh no, it's Bradley. It's Terence Bradley's.
Any witnesses on your?
Yeah.
I expect so,
Yeah.
Your Honor, and I expect that to take,
Hold
give
on.
them our witnesses. I
However, I don't think.
Lloyd will be a witness.
All right.
Hold on. What's the
All right.
thing about
I'm
Floyd?
certainly happy to represent that Mr. Floyd will be a witness, that the other witnesses will be impeaching of Ms. Yurty.
Okay.
Okay.
So I just got notice of them, I think it was yesterday.
Okay.
And so now that I've had the review,
I think
I don't want to further.
probably. Yeah, this is the end of this. So we're just gonna switch over to Bradley.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's long. That's long. You ain't got enough time for him.
I mean, we started Bradley on Saturday, though.
Go where they caught him in his lie, because he procrastinated for a long damn time.
Honestly, I just again
They were partners on the law firm. I think that he was jealous of his wife.
why do you think that?
Because he
Why
was
do you think
snitching
that?
on him, man. He was snitching on him.
I mean,
You
he's
could
just
tell
a
when a
little
dude
petty.
talk about somebody and they backdooring on their wife. That means that they probably want.
Well, you
He
think?
probably
I mean,
like
you're
his
a
wife.
guy, so maybe that's
Yeah.
how it works. But I do not know why he was discussing his client
Business.
with Merchant. It made no sense.
Y'all are forgetting a very important part. I
What's
don't.
that?
Okay, I guess because they were like the last witnesses, but that's the answer to your question.
What?
So remember, they called to the stand a employee that was in their law firm.
That was ponytail?
It was, Wade and Bradley's
Yeah, the man with
law
the
firm
ponytail.
with the ponytail. By the way, we need to talk about him because
So Bradley was hitting everything.
No. Hold on. Slow down.
You're a
Slow
mess,
down.
Jerome.
On a side note, because we were talking about passing a bar, remember? That young man, he didn't go to law school. He just passed the bar. And let's talk about that later. The point of it was he testified to them hanging out, right? This is after hours.
Let's go to him. What's his name?
I forgot his name,
I
but I
don't
could look it
remember
up.
his name. Ponytail. I'm just gonna say ponytail. Fani Willis. You can make your point. I'll try and find it.
Basically, they were prohibited from going into the details, but Bradley must have flirted with her, made a pass at her, some type of sexual gesture.
With Fani?
No, with another female employee.
Right. I remember that. Yep.
So what was the aftermath? This is why
Wasn't
Terence
it kicked
Bradley
out or something? I don't know.
Yes.
Okay.
They had to pay that employee for sexual harassment. She received a settlement, severance pay. They had to pay out money to her.
Yeah.
Their business partnership was broken at that point. He was kicked out. Nathan Wade no longer wanted to be in business or in partnership with him. That's major. That's a major loss to
Liability.
Terence Bradley. And he was kicked out. And now he's had to, start his own firm on his own. It created problems, of course, with his own wife.
Right.
And the money that they paid to this female employee was part of his money too. It was like really out of his revenue or whatever that is, his profits, more so than just the firm's profit. It was something with that. So it was a huge financial loss for him. He's very upset. I may even submit to you, he's very bitter. He's very angry.
And he
was
was the boss.
disgruntled.
And he was the boss. Wanted to be the boss. He came. What they say? Grand opening, grand closing.
Well, they were partners. They were partners.
Yeah, I know, but he
yeah.
was the one. You could tell he's the one that wanted. He had to meet with the.
You feel like he was
with
in
the people.
Okay.
He had the people behind him.
Okay.
His credit was the best.
Okay, but yeah, you do that does make sense.
Yeah, and another hit to his reputation because people talk. So it was a huge loss. Terrence has been through a lot from whatever happened when they went out that night. Just as like work night out. They were just having fun, but whatever he did, it was a big no.
Yeah. And that's why you don't hang out with people you work with. So, and apparently you don't have him represent you in a divorce either.
Jingling.
So, yeah. All right, let me play this. I'm trying to find the man with a ponytail. I don't remember his name. So, I'm gonna play this and then hopefully I find it.
Please.
Yes. So I showed you, or I asked you. I'm sorry. The last question.
Why does he keep doing that?
The question was put to Mr. Bradley.
Judge, one of my lawyers is sitting right in the back.
Right, this is where you left off.
We
That's
don't have to
behind.
go down that rabbit hole. You can look wherever you want.
Yeah, and I've never looked at Mr. Wade or his attorneys. That sounds true.
All right. Mr. Bradley, the question was put to you.
Repeat the question, please.
Yes. So I showed you, or I asked you. I'm sorry. The last question I asked you was, what did Nathan Wade tell you about the relationship?
Same objection.
And that's already been ruled upon.
Real thing, I might need your hands on this because I just cannot find him. I cannot find him.
Okay,
What do you
I'll
mean?
find
Thank
it.
you. What's that, Jerome?
What you mean you can't find? Oh, this guy?
No, the man with a ponytail.
Oh,
Yeah.
Recall him stating that at some point they were dating. I can't tell you what date that was. It was made in confidence. We were in the back of our office. Our offices were the only two in the back. There was no one else present. That is all I can tell you at this time.
so I know you'll eat this up.
What?
Because he talks too much. I know you.
He does a lot of
eat
talking.
this up. You will.
He does
eat
a
this
lot of
up.
talking.
You
He does a
will eat
lot of
this up.
talking. And that's why I don't tell people I work with a goddamn thing about my personal life, okay?
One time?
Too much talking.
One time.
You only had a conversation with him one time about the relationship?
Objection, asked and answered.
No, I think that's clarify for their own sitting cross. Ms. Merchant.
I do not recall any other time that he mentioned that they were in a relationship. No.
Give me okay. So you talked about this one time, and you said you don't know when it was, though, correct?
That is correct.
Was it before Mr. Wade, before you got the contract in Fulton County? Let's start with that.
I do not recall.
Okay. And how did it come up?
Say again?
How did it come up?
I do not recall how it came up. It was in the back. I know where it occurred. In our offices in the back. I can't tell you what we were discussing prior to that.
Okay. Did you receive an email from me on January 6th with a motion attached?
This is so messy.
So set them up.
I think I did, yes. Yes, I know.
What's that, Jerome?
She set him up because she was recording the whole time. She set him up.
I mean, that should have been a no-brainer.
Ashley did him dirty on that one. What do you say about that one, Real Thing? She did him dirty on that.
Well, this is what I'm saying. It's interesting. That's fine. I hear the question over and over again. What was Fani thinking? Of course, she should have known the defense will investigate. They'll dig and try to find any dirt they can to use against her. My thing was, yes, they all were cool. Terrence, Fani, Ashley. Ashley campaigned for Fani. That's how cool they were. They all supported each other. Okay, so Terrence is comfortable with sharing this information with Ashley.
You ain't answering my question.
Hold on, Jerome.
No. Okay, go ahead. I apologize. I was trying to find what SO asked me to look for. So I didn't hear your whole question about Ashley doing him dirty. What's your question? I'll answer that first.
When she was recording him, when he didn't know that she was recording the text messages and she was recording him. I think in Georgia you can do that. But she was actually using him, and I think she was manipulating him. And whoever Ashley Merchant's husband is, he need to question her, because it's like, who you having phone sex with?
No. Ashley Merchant's husband is sitting right next to her.
All right, so I have a phone sex.
By the way,
all right,
they are partners. He's right there sitting next to her.
Watching phone sex.
No.
It's
not
like
that.
You don't think this guy is actually the type of guy that actually will? Why would he want to take Nathan down? You know what I mean?
Because Nathan took him down in his own mind. Nathan took him down.
He want his
This
wife.
is revenge. This is retribution. This is his lick. He getting his lick back. I promise you, that's what it is. He's totally getting his lick back. Listen, I don't even have to speculate on this part. In this testimony, I think he testified over a course of 3 days. I think don't hold me to that.
For sometime.
It was several days. What did come out was Ashley said, "You knew that I was filing this motion."
Right.
She told Terrence. No,
what do you mean?
Terrence
What
Bradley.
do you mean? What do you mean? So that means that he signed off?
No.
She was.
Let me explain.
Hold on, Jerome.
Wait, explain. I'm gonna shut up, but just explain at the same time how she was recording him and they were communicating, and you trying to tell me he was on the stand and she didn't tell him before he got on the stand that I got you?
Right. I can see why you're asking that. You know why you're asking that? Because Terrence got on the stand and he acting what we call, where I'm from, we call it acting brand new. He acting like he don't know.
Right.
How did I get here? I didn't say that.
Right.
He's recanting and backpedaling. But no, she has proof of communicating with him about her plans to file a motion to disqualify the prosecutor, to use the information that he gave to her. Right. Listen to me, Jerome. Terence Bradley and Ashley Merchant was in cahoots, if you want to put it that way.
Yeah.
They were on board. Terrence was in the know. Ashley did not blindside him. She didn't, privately gather all this information like, oh, tell me some more. Yeah. And on the side has this whole scheme to file her motion. Terrence knew exactly what the information was being used for, and he intentionally gave it to her for that reason. Do these two people look like that they would just be gossiping, even though, I mean,
No.
yeah, adults do gossip, but look
Yeah.
at this. Come on.
I know.
No, you know it must be for
It's a setup, though. It's a setup.
the
Jerome
problem
always
It's
thinks
is
like,
something's to set up.
the problem is Terrence didn't go all the way through. The part of it was he was not supposed to be surprised with being subpoenaed to
Yeah.
corroborate the information he gave. That yeah, the world will be watching him on the witness stand confirming all the information he gave her. Yes, and selling his friend out or his former friend. But he once he got up there, he didn't want to go all the way through with it. That's the only real truth to this. And I think that's why you're like, well, she must have set him up.
that don't mean
No.
nothing. You can't sit up there and look shook and think that you look shook and that's a excuse.
Right. He decided to not go all the way through with it. He could have stood on business and said, yeah, I did. I said that their relationship started when they were both judges, which was way before 2021 when she was sworn in. He could have went on ahead and said everything on the stand, but he got up there and he changed his mind.
He could have minded his own business. That's how I
No,
feel about that too.
He wanted his lick back. When
Yeah.
he was texting all of that, he was
Right.
mad. He's bringing Nathan down right with him.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
period.
Yeah. So Brooklyn, Terrence, I think Terrence, based on what we heard, Nathan is the one that told him or that exposed the relationship, and that's when they still work together. So, yeah, that's how he found out about Fani and
He found out it was his damn wife, his wife.
what
Nathan's wife, Nathan's wife, and this slime ball right here.
They're
was in
close.
cahoots.
No.
were
They
in cahoots.
actually are. Okay, Terrence and Nathan were more than just business partners. They were almost like best friends.
Right.
They were very close, and Terrence it was close with his wife too. They were married. Nathan was married to his wife for a long time, for many years. So they all were friends. His wife, all of the wives. So now Terrence feels some kind of way about a lot of things.
Yeah, that's why I shouldn't be co-mingling.
Yeah, that's exactly SO.
They should not be co-mingling. I don't know why.
Co-mingling.
They were co-mingling reproductive parts. So that's where things go. Sure, why are you so tickled?
No, co-mingling. That's perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
so
I don't have
co-mingling
nothing else.
funds
I don't have nothing else to say.
and
for the rest of the
reproductive
life.
parts. All right, so let's get into what's his name again? I keep forgetting his name. Terence Bradley. Yeah, and real thing, I cannot find the video, so I think I'm just gonna, I'm gonna spend tomorrow trying to find it, and I'll put it up then. So abort. You don't spend the rest of your evening trying to find it.
Oh, I received I don't know if the date is January 6th, but yes, I received that.
Okay.
Yes.
So you remember receiving that?
Yes.
The date. Okay. And you reviewed it, and then you and I spoke about it. Do you recall that?
Amnesia. Selective memory.
Did we speak over the phone, or were you saying through a text?
That's what I'm asking you. If you
I
recall
can't
speaking.
remember whether it was text or phone or
But
Just
you recall
answer the
us
question.
one way or another.
one way or another, yes.
And where I was trying to confirm the facts in that filing.
I think I remember there was a line of about
Come on, think hard.
the accuracy
Think too hard,
of
though.
how much money that my office, the law office of Terence Bradley, had received, and whether or not that was going to be in the motion or not.
Well, there wasn't a discrepancy. I had kept that out. You asked me to put that back in, correct?
You brought this upon yourself. Terence Bradley, as hard as you're squinting right now, you brought this upon yourself.
I recall
The
you Um, that may be accurate, yes.
And you thought, because you thought it might be suspicious if you were left out of promotion.
No, I think we discussed that it should reflect the accuracy, because the accuracy was that I received, I had a contract and received 74,000.
And they're making bank.
And I think you had put in there that Mr. Campbell had received a certain amount, and then you also had put in there that Mr. Wade had received a certain amount, but there was not anything in there originally. And I said that it needed to be accurate. I needed to be accurate as far as that I had received 74,000. That's correct.
Because you did not want anyone knowing that you had talked to me.
Damn.
I'm gonna object this for relevance.
Forgot about that part.
I'm glad you're saying this part, Jerome.
What's that?
I forgot about that part.
Yes, he knew. He knew.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So, Esso, why do you think Mr. Bradley did not want to go all the way through with the original plan? He knew he was going to have to get up there and testify.
Probably has bias remorse.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he did not think it all the way through. He got excited, got to texting, and then eventually he realized that D-Day was coming. So, yeah, I
think he just didn't really want to be that, what we call, where we're from, the snitch that would cause them to be disqualified off the case. I think when he really thought about it, like, dude, I don't think I really want to be the cause or the person that did it. Because if he really would have testified all the way through, I think McAfee probably would have gone on ahead and disqualified Fani and the whole team. So? Because if he was able to say, as his, there's client, we know the attorney-client privilege outside of that, but as his friend and business partner, yes, I saw them with my own eyes being romantic, showing public affection, kissing and hugging back in 2019. I'm just saying that for an example. Yeah. Before she was elected, before he was appointed, they were in a relationship. I saw them with my own eyes. We hung out. We went to dinner. We hung out at the office. I know they were in a relationship. I saw it with my own eyes, and Nathan talked to me about it. That would have changed everything. And that's what Ashley wanted Terrence to say. But he was not going to go that far.
Yeah. I mean, it's not shocking.
He went far enough.
It's not shocking
really.
that. And this, again, to me, this is similar to.
When you get personal and you're talking about, we used to go to football games, we watching football and stuff like that, this, that, and the other. As a man, that lets you know that he's blinding you right now. It's like, your gig is up. Your gig is up. Your gig is up. When you say that, we used to watch football together. We used to go to games. We used to do this. Yeah. That's it right there.
Just imagine if he said,
That's a slow roll.
Imagine if he said, and Fani was there with us, and they were a couple, and they were very. Can you imagine that?
You can picture it.
If he got on that stand,
you could picture it, and that's
he got cold feet.
That's why
he got cold feet for sure.
But he kind of still threw something on the table to where if they
Ellen, we need you up here
with his wife, because it seems like we're
not saying
and him, they seem like they are really close.
Yeah, we're not saying that. We know the relationship.
Like
he's
the one that broke everybody up. He was jealous. He's the one that broke everybody up and then snitched on everybody. He snitched everything.
Yeah, his actions really
snitched everything.
It changed everything.
He snitched everything.
You see, like how Robin, how they asked her did she ever see them kissing and hugging in 2019?
Yeah.
She didn't back down. She said yes.
Yeah.
Terrence was supposed to corroborate that and say yes.
Right.
And that's why it would have changed everything for the judge to make his decision. But they didn't get that. So
I'm going to have to give that more thought. Let me.
Do you think it's the money? Is it illegal for you to actually be like, I could actually be like, you're my boss, but we cool, we go happy hour, and if something happened more than happy hour, I
think what we need to do, maybe let's switch up things a little bit for tomorrow, okay? I think let's go back to McAfee's decision. I think that's a good starting point. Let's go back to McAfee's decision, okay? And once we get through McAfee's decision, let's use that backdrop to analyze, the rest of Terence Bradley's testimony. And then after that, we get into the what is this? The appellate court's decision. Because because obviously it's clear it's not so much the nature of the relationship here, right? It is again. I'm just trying to.
What it was the when did it really start? Right? Was
Right.
it before he was appointed, basically, or before she was elected, and possible financial kickback from appointing her paramour, as the man said, or her significant other? That to me, that was the crux of it. It's not about what the sex part or whatever. No, it was about, they were in a relationship. They trying to establish they were in a relationship before she was even elected.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what I can say? I'm gonna say this real quick.
Go ahead.
I'll say this, that what they need to investigate is that convention when Nathan Wade was the speaker, and she was like, that's where it started right there. Remember when she said that?
That's what she said. She met him at that conference in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
This is why
in DC. I think it was in DC, and she said she'd never been to DC.
Right.
No, it wasn't in DC. That's why Nathan and Fani was so adamant to say it started after he was appointed. It started in 2022.
But she said that out her mouth, that she was like, he did this speech, and she must have been like, "Oh, you did a great speech." Oh man,
she wanted to get to know him more, huh?
Yeah, I like this guy. He did a good speech. I was like, I got to go backstage right now.
Oh my goodness, Jerome. Jerome.
It makes sense.
Yeah. All right, folks. I think this is a good place for us to end. Any closing? Tomorrow, I'm not working. We can start early if you guys want to start early. Otherwise, we can, start regular time, which is 9 p.m. Eastern. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna let real thing go.
No,
can I go first?
Go.
I said that today. That's why I came up live, because y'all ain't gonna hear from me until Friday, maybe Saturday.
Wow.
Okay. 50 big.
I'm gone. I told you I'm going to Florida. I'm moving.
I thought you were just going for a bit.
Huh?
Aren't you just going for a day or two?
I told you that last night or the night before. Yeah.
You weren't here last night.
I told you. I said, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I told you that. But it's all good. Who knows how I rocks and roll, just like how I'm doing right now, and I could do on the road. Jasmine said that, because I'll be like, when I'm relaxed, and I like to listen to like how we doing now, and I like to be stationary, looking at the TV, because I'll be on my phone, but I'll be on my TV, and I could be on my tablet if I want to. All right. But it's like, Yeah, I'm gonna be dead tomorrow,
That's fine. That's fine.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Friday probably when I come back, and it ain't no disrespect. And for everybody, we gonna have a good New Year's. I guarantee you
Right.
that.
Right. Okay.
And happy holidays for everybody.
Brooklyn
I
said
wish
happy
I wish
holidays.
everybody was here. Real things. I wish JT was here. Ali, FFS, Shadiggy, Flesh of the Gods. This would have been good because y'all probably gonna do it, and then you'll be like Jerome is being an asshole. But I already know how my schedule is. So. But
Yeah.
happy holidays to everybody. And as far as Jerome Street is concerned, I
Uh-huh.
hope that y'all feel my spirit of a person who I am
Okay.
and how I love everybody. Come on, I'm giving you my Merry Christmas. And I want everybody to just feel my spirit of just everybody, old back, everybody, man. And truthfully, it'll be a bigger family and just like love. I know you could feel through my voice of my words that you could feel the love. And I just
Yes.
say Merry Christmas and I love you
Yes.
guys.
Aw.
I love you too, Jerome. Well, safe travels. Safe travels, okay?
Most definitely.
Yeah, safe travels. Real thing? Closing?
Well, to Jerome, my closing arguments is shout out to you and the special people that you're going to spend Christmas with this week. I guess we'll share you with them. I guess. Hurry up and get back. Safe travels. Happy holidays to everybody.
All right. All right. So happy holidays to all the folks out here. Big shout out to Jerome. Big shout out to Real Thing. Big shout out to Uncivil. I'm glad you guys came up here. Were able to co-console with me. And then let's see. Obviously, safe travels to Jerome and everybody else that's
Do you
traveling.
have your notes? Do you have your notes?
Who, me?
Yes. Yes,
No, I
ma'am.
don't have. I don't have
You
no.
don't have your notes again. All right.
No.
So because I don't think that I'm gonna hear from y'all until after Christmas. So we gotta shout out. Jerome said shout out to Allie. Shout out to JT, Jasmine. We gotta go like that. Shout out FF. Shout out to
Big
come
shout out to
on.
Sarah.
Help me. Everybody. Shout out to Greg. Shout
Shout
out
out to
to
Diggy.
Diggy.
Oh,
Come on,
bad.
help me.
Big shout out
Everybody.
to Brooklyn.
Bro, I mean, there's so many. Dang.
Big
But I
shout out
guess
to Laugh, the FFS. Shout out to the Raiders. Shout out to the ironing board. Shout out to Walmart. Shout out to all the single parents out here. Shout out. I don't know who else do you want to shout out. Shout out
I
to
don't
Kelly.
know. Everybody, just
Okay.
everybody, because I don't think I'm gonna talk to y'all until after Christmas. But that's just Jerome Street. I love everybody, and I didn't get a chance to do it on Flesh of the Gods channel because I
Yeah.
love that. We all family, But he's
Yeah.
not gonna come until
I think
Tuesday.
I
But
think Flesh of the Gods and I should do something for New Year's Eve. I'm gonna send him an email.
that'll be nice. That'll
Yeah,
be
I'll send
nice.
him.
I don't know why but you know what? You were right because you were trying to get on there and other people were having problems, but then once you got off, it was a code that you had to put in, and I don't think that you
Oh,
saw that. I don't think you saw that. So
okay.
yeah, he put it up later.
All right, but
Yeah, he put it
I'm
up.
punctual. I hate being late, so I had to come up here because I knew there were some folks waiting for
And
me.
that was a good idea that he was saying that, like, he could be live and then just talk to Flesh. That is a
Yeah, I'll
very
talk to
great
Flesh
idea.
because I have
Great
something planned.
idea.
I have something planned for a countdown. But if he
That
has
would be
something planned,
dope. Oh, that would be
Jerome,
dope. Yo, if you do
Jerome
that,
is so
hey,
funny.
oh my God, I will
Jerome loves
sponsor that
hyping
shit.
me up.
I'll sponsor that shit. 'Cause that'll be dope, the countdown.
So
Whoa.
yeah, let's have a countdown for the New Year's
That's
or
nice.
whatever.
That's nice. You get with Flesh and make sure you're on the same accord.
Yes,
That
I'll
would
I'll
be
send him an
dope.
email. We'll see what he wants to do, and then
That'll bring the new year in right. Because that's what I be saying to everybody as far as like, yo, 2024 was one of the worst years of my freaking life.
Oh, I'm
Lost my
sorry.
daddy, got in an accident, almost
I'm sorry.
died. You know what I'm saying? But 2025, I just feel it. I feel it. I feel it. I
Yeah.
feel it. And I know y'all feel my energy too. And we gon' all be blessed.
Right.
I feel it.
Wow. No
I
one would
feel it.
ever know that you've been through that this year. You're so
Yeah.
positive.
Right.
That
Yeah,
is
I've been
so
through a
great.
lot. I've been through a lot,
I'm sorry,
yo.
Jerome.
Yeah.
A lot. And I
Sorry.
love everybody because that's just how I am. I'm like the guy all my life.
Mm-hmm.
People that know Jerome Street in New York, I don't care where I was. I've been
Shout
in
out to
St.
shout out
Louis.
to
I've
New
been
York.
to a lot of places. Jerome Street, that name is very unique. If you say Jerome Street and if they think about it, they'll be like, yo, I know exactly who that guy is. Because you know what I'm saying? I'm not a punk. I'm not a sucker, but at the same time, I can roll with the biggest ones, all the smallest ones. But at the same time, I'm that guy that brings everybody together.
Right.
Together.
Right.
Together. That's magic of God. That's how
Mm-hmm.
God works. And I've had that. When I was a young kid, I remember the sign that said, smile. Jesus loves you, or God loves you. Yeah, smile. God loves
Go
you.
back, say, get it, Jerome.
Smile. God loves you. I was a young kid when I saw that, just like I love New York with the heart. I love New York, but the God smile. God loves you.
All right, Jerome.
You always been this positive? For real?
I swear to God.
Wow.
I swear to
How?
God.
Is it in your DNA? Can you like give us a
I
little bit
can I
of
can
it?
I can tell you I can tell you this. I can tell you this is I was always different. Even when I was in school, I was different. They used to always call me special. And I always talked in class too much. That was the only thing that the notes that go home to my parents is that Jerome interrupts the class and he talks too much. Because the teachers be talking, but they get boring. I'm like, what are they talking about? It's like I'm smarter than you or something, you know. But it was just a blessing. I went to in Mainz in Germany, and this is where it's gonna get crazy. In Germany, when I went to Germany, because my dad was in the military. When I went to Germany, because we went straight out of New York, he got kicked out the military. But when we went to Germany, yo, I'm telling you, yo, when you go out of the country, it does something to your spirit. It does something. I can't put that in words, but it does. It's almost like aliens or something. And then, like, when you come back, it's like you give gifts of, like, it's like you're ahead of the game or something. Even if you're a military brat, people know what I'm talking about. It's like you're ahead of the game. And just being blessed of being young and being enhanced to where you are ahead of the game. I'm like Jerome Street, that it's like it's something that God, damn, it's like you are blessed to bless everybody else, to give that gift that God gave to you, because it's hard to explain.
Shout out to Jerome.
Thank
It's hard
you.
to
Thank you.
explain. Hard to explain.
No, I actually get it. No, I get it. No,
Yeah,
yes.
Jerome's a great guy.
Sharing your
especially
joy
for
is a
men,
gift.
especially for men, especially for men,
You're a
especially for
great
men.
guy.
Yeah, stop saying that. Stop
You
saying
are a
that.
great guy. No, really. Sometimes so not even sometimes. This week, I was thinking something happened, right? And on the live, and I was like, sure enough, there's Jerome out here to support little me. So, I'm like, yeah, big shout out to Jerome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just life. It's just life. And actually, you can hear through my voice. Hopefully, I think it's just my pain and my experience that you probably, because I'm regular, just like
Big shout out to
anybody else.
Andrea. We're closing out, Andrea. What did
Love
Jerome
y'all
say?
guys.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Nah,
Oh,
it's
look what
just through the
Brooklyn
pain. It's just through
said.
the voice and the pain. You can hear it. And
Oh, okay.
everybody, and that's
I
what I
don't hear
like.
any pain. Do you hear pain, Eso? I don't hear any
Nah,
pain.
nah.
Yeah,
He does a
I
good job of
definitely,
masking it.
I definitely got the pain,
Yeah,
but
he does a good job of masking his pain.
it's like I think that I got a gift to relate to everybody. I got a gift. He gave me the gift to
Oh,
relate to everybody.
love you too. Oh, bag. Jerome, for real. And this is before we even got to talking about this, and we have to go. 'Cause I know
I'm sorry, Andrea.
you and I are strategizing, but we do have to go.
Yeah, I know you guys kept me up here longer. You kept me up here longer than I planned, but it's always a good time hanging out with
Brooklyn.
you.
I want to be single. I don't want to be with nobody.
Why do you want to be
Oh,
single?
I
yeah.
want to be single for the rest of my damn life.
Okay, why
I
though?
want a good friend. I want somebody
Okay.
that
That's
we can
that's where I hear
actually.
the
I want a
pain.
good friend. I
That's
want a
where I hear
good
the
friend.
pain.
Huh?
That's where I hear pain.
Pain?
Yeah.
Listen, you might want to. Do you want to get on Kendra G? We need to get you on Kendra G. I've thought about this before. Do you want to get on Kendra G?
Absolutely not. Do not, Jerome. No, you're too good for that show. I don't even watch that show. No.
What are you talking about? Yo,
You
I'm telling you. Yo,
you
I
probably
am
don't even know
telling
what
you.
that is.
I am telling you.
I hope
I
you
am
don't even
telling
know
you.
what that is.
I had such a great life that yo, I would be an idiot if I wouldn't be single and just chill and live the rest of
Oh,
my
really?
fucking life. Hell yeah, I can make my own decisions. I'm not gonna freaking. Oh my god, you just
Oh,
don't know my
okay. I
life.
see. I know what he's talking about. You saying, yeah, you would have to accommodate and
Yeah.
have someone else's
What?
feelings, wants, and desires in mind.
What? All of that. All
Yeah.
of
Oh,
that.
okay.
And then, you could tell how much. I say this, and we go on for the night. Jerome
Okay.
Street, just listening to me, right? You know I was a sucker for love for a long goddamn time.
All right.
Just imagine how much money I blew.
Okay.
This is
I
why
am
we're surprised
blue.
to hear you say you want to be single. That's why it's really surprising. But
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, the money. I'm
I
chilling.
mean, you
I'm
don't have
chilling.
to get married, right? But companionship, you're getting older. You'd no, really, companionship as you get older, you're going. I mean, we can keep you company here, but we cannot give you stuff. We cannot do
Yeah,
stuff.
and you know what? I just like you said just now, that was a good example. You know what I'm saying? If I was to actually my happiness would be like us doing something like once a year, twice a year, that we meet up somewhere and we chill. I'm good with that. As far as everything else, I even been there, done that. There's nothing. There's no female. I don't care if you're dark skin, light skin, white. I done it. There's nothing that could trigger my thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm so
Do you hear
content.
this? Watch what's about to happen. When people start talking like that, watch. This week you gonna go in Florida. You're gonna go down there to Florida and meet the
Yep, I'm
love
leaving
of your
tomorrow.
life. And you're gonna come back in love. You're gonna be like, remember I said last week?
I did that already, though. Real thing. I did it already, though. Real thing.
You
Real thing. Do you know how
you
old
do
I am?
not
You know how old I
know.
am? You know how old I am?
Well, I heard SO say something
He,
about 50s or something.
Yeah, I'm
shout out to Big
51. I'm
50,
51.
okay?
I'm 51.
51,
And
okay.
my name, Jerome Street, is my government. So you go on Facebook. The thing that I can say as far as my business, ex-girlfriends and friends, that's why I use my government name, because I ain't got nothing to hide from.
Okay.
So I've been there and
Okay.
done it and
Okay.
done it and done it.
Can okay, I gotta ask you. I know we gotta go, but I gotta ask you this. So that's fine. I do respect your decision. I'm not trying to change your mind. I just feel like sometimes we have to be careful when we have like an absolute hard
Right.
answer. So if you was to meet a woman who like you're really compatible with, just to be a companion, and it wouldn't be about you spending a lot of money or having it won't even be anything about financials being
Right.
involved per se. Something more like SO was saying, like, oh, we're just really, really good friends, but we happen
Right.
to be attractive to each other and we
Nah,
really vibe. You would not turn that down. A real
nah,
nice connection. Okay, that's all we're
nah,
saying. That's all we're saying.
because that's like, but truthfully, as a man, uh,
Say it.
it
Please
it
say
ha-
it.
it
You
has to
need
be
service?
repetitious. I'm trying to think of the word, repetitious.
You mean
I don't know if that.
like consistent?
Yeah, it's like you could actually do that in the same night, to where it starts in the beginning and then
Mm-hmm.
later in the night. You know what I mean? You could do it in the same night. It ain't like you could do it
What are you
three.
talking about? Bumping genitals? What are you talking about?
Oh, definitely. That's what we trying to get to. I ain't know it was going there that fast, but I'm talking about just actually just like if you like you
Oh, that
you gotta kind of like sometimes you could say something and then y'all don't be on the same page. You be like, I meant that, and then you meant that, and then it's like I don't
Jerome,
know
as you
what he
get
said.
older, listen, as you get
That's
older,
how it works.
you
That's
don't
how it
want
works.
to be
But
in
Jerome, I'll tell you
by
this: Jerome
yourself.
Street to get straight to the goddamn point. I tell you that. But let's go.
Please say
Hey,
that
wait.
again, SO. He needs to hear it.
What's that?
Can you repeat your last statement? I don't think he heard you.
What did I say? I forgot. I'm sorry. You know that I'm on that gas station juice.
Gas station juice. You were saying as he gets older,
Yeah, he
you
doesn't
just
want to be by himself. Like, why would you want to be in the home?
Hey,
Like, look
I
at
didn't say that.
Jerome at 70, right? 80 years old. Why? I mean, I'm one of those people that, I was like, I have, I don't want to be vulnerable, and I close myself off. I'm slurring and shit. It's that gas station juice, but I was closed up for quite some time.
Hilarious.
But I'm like,
Hilarious. I
dude,
love you.
imagine 70, 80. You don't want to be by yourself. At 70, 80, I don't even think you want to be
I
working
don't
alone
know.
for.
I don't know. I don't know. My daddy died that way almost damn
No,
well.
it doesn't mean you have to
I
do it.
mean, what's your happiness? That's the point. What is your
Andrea says
happiness?
bumping uglies. Yeah, but I don't know. We'll talk about it. Hopefully you find
You
something
could pay people to come and do something if you need to just
that's
move
just
around real
nasty.
quick.
Shout
I
out to all the
mean,
hookers
your
though, but
happiness. Your happiness. Your happiness. Everybody's got their happiness.
you're risking yourself. You're putting your life at risk if you're just out there with a whole bunch of different people. But
No,
uh,
I'm not. I'm by myself.
no, you're saying you can pay people to do stuff. I thought you were
Oh,
talking about
no,
hookers.
no,
No,
no. It's gonna be people, family, hopefully. I mean, come
Oh,
on,
I
you
didn't
know how
even
that
think
works.
of it that way. I thought he meant like anything you need, like take
I
care
was
of
thinking
you?
about. I'm always in the gutter,
Oh, okay.
so
I thought
yeah.
you meant like if you need somebody to take care of the house, clean up, or help you with certain things when he's older. Is that what you meant,
I got
Jerome?
plenty of time to think about that. I got plenty of
Oh,
time.
okay.
Or were you talking about the other thing that Esso was
I
talking
was,
about?
I was thinking about,
When you were talking about paying people for stuff, what exactly are you talking about?
Oh, shit.
what are you talking about, Jerome?
Oh, paying people to clean the house, but
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
way down the
Uh,
damn house. That's
Thank you.
way down the road. I'm
Thank you.
51.
Thank you. Thank you for
Goddamn.
confirming. Okay.
all
Thank
51.
you.
right. All right, so Old Bag's mama is 75 years old, living her best life, man free. All right, mom. All right, mom. Okay. So let's see. And so do you
Huh.
see Brooklyn turning 50? Yeah, I saw that. Brooklyn is turning 50 big in March. So we need to have some type of celebration.
Cool. Oh, Brooklyn? Okay.
And
All
Old Bag
right.
wants to know if anybody's hiring. Yeah, somebody to match his socks. Okay. Know that. Okay, my mind.
I love all that.
Anyways, all right, folks, we've made 2 hours. I think we did pretty good, right? We did pretty good. You guys kept me on here longer, longer than I'd planned. So we come back tomorrow. We come back tomorrow. We I'm really upset with Bradley. I'm just I don't know. I'm upset with him because I would like to believe that even even I don't even think now if we're going back to
Can you
Bradley.
give me a
So
second before we close? I gotta use the bathroom and I'm gonna leave it over
here
here.
I'm just gonna mute you. Like I'm not even taking any chances. I'm just muting you, right? Uh, but here's the thing. Bradley may have thought that he was getting his lick by, disclosing this information to Ashley, right?
Mm-hmm.
But to me, that is just a sign that he's not accountable for his actions. Because if you're sexually harassing somebody, you need to face the music. So I don't see anything wrong with people outing him for what he did. He has to face the music, and under those circumstances, if he's somebody that is accountable for his actions, he would have kept it moving. That's just my take on it. So
Yeah.
but I guess he was a little disgruntled, so he had to spill everything. He had to.
Yeah.
I don't know, whole bag's cracking me up. Go
I, I
ahead.
think I think he was surprised that Nathan and the other partner actually held him accountable. Because
Right,
usually it's the
it's true.
the boys club,
That
and
is true. That is true. The
he really was not expecting them. It's like, yeah, like we boys, that's what we
right,
do. We hit on women. It should be all good, but
right.
no, they did the right thing,
Yeah.
and
So
he
so
was
that probably
surprised.
yeah that does make sense. That probably came as a surprise. So okay, Jerome, are you back here? Jerome, are you back here? I know where Jerome is. I guess no, I'm not gonna unmute him. I'm not gonna unmute him because you never know.
Judge Ben Land for the court reporter. He got it right. He got
Yeah,
it right. He's a genius, a very smart judge. Woo!
I
And
think this is what we have to do tomorrow because obviously tomorrow I think we have to start off with a decision because if we don't start off with a decision, we do end up in some pretty lengthy discussions that would probably not allow us to get to the decision. So that's what we're starting off with tomorrow. We start off with a decision and then I guess we can get into Bradley. But I also want to go back to McAfee's ruling. I think that's going to be a good backdrop against Bradley's testimony.
sounds good.
So, yeah.
The other night you skimmed over the dissent. or the
Right.
dissenting opinion, I would like for us to really take our time with it.
All right. All right, real thing.
Because no, for real, I believe it's brilliantly written, for real, for real.
Okay. All right. So we'll start with a dissent. We'll start with a dissent, and then we'll go to the majority, and then we'll take it from there. And then I also really want to touch base on what is this, abuse of discretion. So I don't even know, maybe tomorrow, depending on how we do on time, maybe we don't even really get to Bradley. So if we can have a discussion, that's always welcome. That's always welcome. So yeah, Andrea, you're gonna have to replay the stream, honey. You're gonna have to and the thing is, I pushed this stream back twice. I had to push it back twice because I was, I was shining my floors, doing my Sunday regular. I folded my laundry. I still have, yeah, I'm gonna have to clean off my counters and do a whole bunch of stuff. Let's see. And I have no idea what is I don't even cannot catch up with this. But okay, all right, folks. Real thing. Any final words, Jerome? I'm gonna have to end the live though, because I'm trying to rekindle my relationships.
Yes. Shout out to Jerome and the new companion that's coming into his life very soon. Good
Right.
night.
All right. Thank you for that real thing, Jerome. Can I unmute you? Do you have anything to say? I'm afraid to unmute Jerome. I mean,
I
I'm the
got
one.
no, leave it like that. I got the last word. I like it.
Okay. All right, folks. Shout out to the replay crew. We'll be back tomorrow. Not agreed on a time. It's probably gonna be 8:30 p.m. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'll reach out to Flesh of the Gods. I'm gonna send him an email right now. I'll send him an email, see if we can have a countdown for New Year's. But if he's busy or whatever, that's also fine. Oh, all right. Old Bag said, shout out to Essos men. All right. Big shout out to my man. All right, folks. I am off. Jerome, love you. Real thing, love you. Big shout out to Sarah. Old Bag, Andrea, Allie, Jasmine, Brooklyn, Greg, Callie. Love you guys. I am signing out.